Hi, good morning. Thanks for coming to Mat Pilates. We're going to start with some basic stuff today. Got a little friend who wanted to pop in. I do have another computer set up, so if any of you want to put your camera on, I'll be able to see you and I can make some corrections. I won't call anybody's names out, but Mat Pilates is really on form. If your form's not right, then you're not really getting it. So we really want to focus on the form. My name is Sue, and it's a half an hour class today. So let's go ahead and start. And you're going to lay all the way down on the ground. And I want you to open that chest up and lengthen the back of your neck. The back and your chin is just slightly down. Good. Open that chest up a little bit more, and then press the back of those shoulders down. Good. And then pull your belly in and up, and then find your ribs. So a lot of times when those shoulders press back, our ribs start to pop up, and I want to think about pulling these together, and then like you're lacing them up. Good. And then belly's pulling in and up. And then find this neutral pelvis here. We're just going to lift one leg up at a time with the neutral pelvis. So you can tilt the pelvis back and forth, and it's where the thumb and your fingers are going to be at the same plane. And then just go ahead and tilt back and forth for a moment. If my computer is not. Go. And then find that neutral, nice neutral position. Holding that neutral position, pull that belly in and up. You're going to lift that leg up and then press it back down. Good. And then the left leg's going to lift up and then press down. And you'll notice this isn't moving at all. As I lift the legs, I'm not pressing that lower back down. It might be against the ground or it might not be. Mine isn't exactly touching when I'm in neutral. When I press it down, I'm going to tilt my pelvis and I come out of neutral. And now I'm not able to activate those lower abs. So we want to keep it in that neutral plane. And it should be a really challenging exercise when you're using your abdominals and your glutes to lift this leg up. So I feel a lot of glutes working here. Go ahead and hold the left leg up now. Pull that belly in and up a little bit more. And you're going to lift up that other leg. And then drop one down. Pull it back up. And just go back and forth. Good. And if you can't take the leg all the way down, just go as far as you can. You'll know when you're not using your abs when that back starts to arch. So you got to pull deep in and up and then bring it back up. Good. One more each. And I feel my abdominals shaking during this. Good. And then now both legs together and then pull it back up. Just 2 more here. Good. And then pull them all the way in and go side to side. Set those feet down right in line with your sit bones, so they'll be straight underneath the knees and about just under the sit bones. There's a little distance away from each other. You're gonna tilt that pelvis, so roll it up. I'm gonna come all the way up this time, opening that chest, and then I'm trying to pull those hip bones up even more. So this part of your body is gonna open up, and you should feel those glutes. The heels are going to try to pull to my bottom, and my knees are trying to shoot over my toes, so it activates your a little bit more. And then really control one bone at a time as you roll it all the way through the pelvis. Control it back up, rolling it up. And notice where your back is tight. So everyone has a tight spot on their back where we can't control. So think about one bone, then the next bone. So this is where I'm tight, right in here. So it's hard for me to get the next bone without a bunch of bones slowing the jump down. And then take it down. And then control it up again. So really focus on the one bone at a time. And notice where you want to cheat. And bring it up. Good. Pull the heels towards your bottoms, knees past your toes. Lift it up a little bit higher. Open that chest more. And then roll it back down. Good. Pull one knee up to your chest again at a time. Heels are squeezing together. Reach those arms long. You're going to lift from that chest, look into your belly. So that back of the neck is really long. I'm not rounding and really trying to get the chin down. I'm trying to lift from the top of my head to look up. Now look at that pelvis. Is it still in that neutral position? So from here, I'm going to start to pump with the backs of my arms. Inhaling through my nose. And then exhaling through your mouth. Good. Inhale for 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Keep going. If you need to rest that head down, you're still pulling those abs in. It's still challenging here. If you need to make it a little bit more challenging, extend all the way up, but watch that pelvis. People tend to want to curl. I want to keep it nice and long here. And those thighs are wrapping around, so the glutes are activating too. A few more pumps. And exhale. One more time, inhale. And exhale it out. Hold it, and then lower it back down. Go ahead and roll it up to sit up nice and tall. So legs will go together, feet together, knees together, hands go behind your legs, and then try to lift up out of this lower back. So this is where it's nice and comfortable. I want to try to lift up out of it, and then sit up on those sit bones, and we're going to roll that pelvis underneath you. And just do the difference here. Just lean back and forth a few times, and that's easier using your arms. But try to roll that pelvis. It's going to open this part up, and you have to use your abdominals to lift you back up. And then roll, trying to get that pelvis more underneath you. Find that chest open. Roll it all the way down till that lower part of your back is on that floor. Open that chest up more. And just float those hands here. And then roll it back up. Good. Start with the pelvis. So start that this bone is trying to touch before the shoulders go back. Roll it down to that tap again. Open that chest and bring it up. If this is challenging, stay here. If you want to take it all the way down, peeling one bone down at a time, and then bring it back up. Controlling that one bone up at a time. Watch that pelvis. Is it tucking to help you get up? Keep it in that neutral position, even when you're rolling up, and that makes it much more challenging. If you want to take it even further, heels go together, pull the feet back towards you, and then pelvis rolls under, touching one bone at a time. You can go at whichever position is challenging for you. And then again, peel up one bone, then the next bone, then the next bone, next, and bring it all the way forward and control down. So roll that pelvis underneath you, and we're keeping this lifted. We don't want to squish it down. Pilates is all about lengthening and control, stretch it up. So on that forward, see how I'm staying lifted here and not dropping. So it's as long as that spine can get to stretch forward, and then like a hook is pulling me back down. We'll do one more up and down. And then control all the way down. We're going to keep that left leg down. Right leg's going to lift up. You can bend this leg as well if that's a little bit easier on your back and you're able to keep that neutral pelvis more. But the goal is to try not to see that light. See the light underneath my leg? My goal is to get that all the way down. This leg's open to the side a little bit, and this hip's pulled down. So the difference is lifting that hip. I want it as far away from me as I can. Take that leg across your body, down around, and lift it up. Nothing is moving other than that leg. We can keep it small. It's just as hard here, and I feel in my glute as much small as I can big. Few more here. Belly keeps pulling in and up, and reverse it. Inhale down, exhale up. One more. Good. That leg sets down. Flex that right foot, and then bring that left one up. That knee rotates out. The hips pull down. Take it across. Down and around. Lift it up. And reverse that direction. Good, set it down. One nice controlled roll up. Heels come together. You can grab your ankle or behind your knees. Our first goal is to lift those feet up without collapsing down. If that's challenging, just work on lifting and setting it down. The next thing we're going to work on is staying tall, rolling back an inch, and then pulling it back up. And this is hard no matter what level you are at. Super advanced. Still find this challenging. Taking it back an inch, stay tall, pull it back up. If you want, you can take it to that full roll and coming back up. Heels stay close to your bottom and chest stays open. We'll do 3 more wherever you're at. And let's hold this last one up. Left hand on that right knee. We're gonna roll it down. We want our ribs to be touching. So a lot of people want to be up here, but the ribs have to be pulling back and we curl around them. And then we're gonna extend. Knee, foot are all on the same height. Good, belly's pulling back in. Now look at your pelvis. A lot of people want to tuck and roll that pelvis up. Make sure we still have that flat plane here. And one more each side. Good, and then rest it down for a minute. You can release that neck. Your head can stay down on any of these. Double leg stretch, curl up both heels, reach it out, open, pull it back in. You can stay right up in here, or you can take it out only as far as that can stay nice and level. Two more. Good, and then lower it down. Legs come up, tailbone presses down. A lot of people want to be here. You got to really press it down, find that neutral pelvis, curl it up. Right leg pulls in, then pull it in deeper and switch. Keep watching that tailbone. So I want to pretend like I have a bar across and both hips have to hit it. So when you're bringing this right one in, the hip is still pressing away. Now you can't take it as high either. One more each. And then lower it back down. Good, both legs are up, heels squeeze together. Find that wrap around so your glutes are working. Hands can lace behind your head and then curl it up. Now look at your pelvis, make it flat, and then just take it down 2 inches. Reach the legs away from you to lift them up. Take it down, make them longer to lift up, and pretend like you have a coffee cup here. You can't spill it, so this has to stay nice and still. 2 more. And bring it up. Rest back down. Gonna open those elbows wide, so I don't wanna be in this position. Open them wide, find that neutral pelvis, curl up. We're gonna twist to the right side, left leg's gonna extend, and pretend like someone's pulling it, and this armpit is twisting, but my rib is pulling back down. Curl up higher, and then twist. My right rib is pulling down to the mat. Twist it up. So I'm not this is not really doing anything. I'm trying to twist in that rib cage. And one more each. And then rest back down. Let's go and extend those legs. Curl up one nice controlled roll up. Feet go the width of your mat and pull those feet all the way back towards you. So the toes and the midfoot's pulled back. If your hamstrings are tight, just bend your knees or prop your bottom up on a cushion or a block. We're gonna reach straight in front of you and look at your alignment here. It's like an imaginary wall. So this is where it's comfortable for me. So I always have to push myself back and drop that chest. Open it up so we're not rounded in here. Shoulders pull down and back. Inhale. And then exhale, taking it forward. Reach as much as you can. And then inhale, stack back up. Get up onto those sit bones. And then exhale, peel it off. So this bone has to stay against that wall and everything else stretches forward. And then back up. Deep breath in, exhale it forward. Now find that chest opening even more here. And come back up. Grab those ankles and then just pull back in opposition. We're gonna slide them up. Heels come together. You can hold on to your ankles or you can be behind your thighs again. So if we're really tight, this is gonna be a challenge. We're gonna extend that leg. And we want to keep it the width of the mat, so we don't want to be way out to that side. Shoulder stays down in that socket, and then bend it back in. Left leg extends, that shoulder's back in. And then this is nice and long, and bring it back in. Good, take both legs out. If you're still with one, just go ahead and go back and forth, one leg at a time. Shoulders pull down. Squeeze these legs together. Bring them back out. And bring it back down. Good, we'll do that one more time. We'll go right leg, pull it in, left leg. I'm shaking, I haven't stretched for a few days. And both legs, bring it in, take it out, and bend it back down. Good, just a tiny bit. Let's come back up. Reach both legs up. Squeeze those legs together and then walk your hands down those legs till you're laying down. Arms pressed down, open that chest, find that neutral pelvis. I'm gonna have you bend your knees a little bit more to make that pelvis really heavy. It's like you wanna get an imprint on that cement and you want it to be deep and equal on both sides. Just curl up, take a peek on that pelvis. Heels are gonna squeeze together and I want the inner thighs to press as close together as you can. So I still have quite a bit of a bend in order to keep all that connection. Let's take it to the right side and then pull it back in. So the hip is coming up. I'll go to the left side. My right hip's coming up, but this rib has to pull down in opposition and back up. the heels are staying together, that leg isn't sliding, so that hip is reaching away. And back in, left side, and back together. Let's take it over to the right, down, around, and bring it back up. So only the hips get a move this time. The upper body still does it. That opposite rib is anchoring you down. One bar each direction. And left. Good, bend it down. You can keep your legs bent or straighten them and do one good roll up to sit up nice and tall. Feet go the width of your mat again. Use your blocker pillow if you need that little bit of anchor. And again, the knees can be bent. It's not about our hamstrings. It's about opening our back up. Reach those arms wide and then press them down. We're going to twist to the right side and the belly pulls back against that imaginary wall. We're going to stretch it forward, trying to saw off that little toe. This back arm is going to reach up and away from you. So that shoulder is really reaching away, and then come back up. Inhale up, exhale, switch. Right hip pulls back, so we are on that imaginary wall. And come up, back to that right side, pull the left hip back, and up. And one more each side, inhale, and then 3 little exhale, exhale, exhale as you get deeper. And last one. Good, legs come together. We're gonna turn on to your belly. Heels will be together, and you can have your nose just straight down. I'm gonna look this way. Shoulders pull down your back, and then you're just pulling that belly up. So here's my curve when I'm just relaxing on my belly. I wanna lift these hip bones up and make space under my belly button for a little tiny bunny to lay there, and you'll see how long this is. That doesn't get a short end. My chest is gonna go forward between my collarbones. So I'm arching at the upper back. So this is about as high as I'm able to go. When I come all the way up here, see how this is compressing, and you're gonna just feel lower back. We wanna stay where you feel this upper back stretching. And then bring it back down. Good, keep pulling that belly off the ground. The belly doesn't get to touch the ground. So if not squishing a bunny is not motivation enough, pretend there's like a huge spider under your belly button and you don't want to touch it. And bring it back down. One more time. Lift it up. Pull the shoulders down more to lift up higher. Look over your right shoulder. Nod your chin. Roll to that left side. Back to center. Look over the left. Nod your chin over the right side. Back to center. Now belly still off of the mat. You're going to press back to the child's pose. And then back on your elbows this time. Still pulling the belly in and up, so I'm not relaxing. That lower back's nice and long. Chest is open. Legs squeeze together. Right leg, kick, kick, extend it long. Don't let the knees come apart. And we've got $1 million bill between those knees, and it has to stay there. Good. Right leg, kick it in. Then bring it in deeper with that hamstring. Left leg, kick it in deeper. One more each side. And other. Good, bring it all the way down. Let's put our hands onto our side. Find that belly off. You're gonna rest your head down, but I keep muting when I do that, so I'm not gonna rest my head down. So both heels come in, kick them in deeper, extend it out, lift, squeeze in, look to the other side now. 3 kicks, 1, 2, 3, lift, and back down. Keep switching your head direction, and up, back down. One more time, 1, 2, 3, lift it up, bring it down, scoop that belly, and press back to child's pose. Good, let's go ahead and flip it back around. Feet are gonna be in line with the hips this time, in parallel. We're gonna stack our hands behind our head, lift up, and you're gonna hinge back. Everything stays nice and tall, and bring it back up. So try not to arch your back, keep it tall, and you're just hinging at those hips, and come back up. We'll do one more here. Lengthen up more, hinge it back. This time you're gonna scoop like someone's punching you in the belly and roll it all the way down. And if you need to, you can grab onto your hands to roll it back up. You're gonna stack up here again, and then stretch over a big beach ball. Good, and back up. So this is the neck pull. You're gonna hinge it back, scoop your belly, roll it down. If you need assistance coming up, use that. If not, we're gonna peel up one bone at a time. So your head is pressing back into your hands. And you're gonna peel it up. And round it forward, stack it up, hinge it back, roll it down. Good, peel it up. Stretch, stack it up, hinge it back. We'll do one more here. Good, and then we'll turn to your sides. So your body's gonna line up at the back of your mat. So your head, shoulders, and hips. Feet will be at the front. Bottom foot is flexed. The goal is heel is down, pinky toe is down. Top leg reaches away and slightly turns up. Lift it to hip height. We'll swing it forward and swing it back. Be as honest with yourself as you can without letting anything move. So that was too much for me. This is as far as I can go back. And now watch this waist. We want to keep this nice and long. So this is both sides are short. You have that space on that other side too. These both are working. And then heel to heel. Reach that leg longer to kick it up and bring it back down. Reach it longer. And again, if you're keeping this hip away, you're not able to do that. Make it work, just to do it. And you'll feel it when you're doing it correctly. You can barely lift it, and now circle. And reverse it. Half the circle's in front of the heel and half behind it. And roll onto your belly, hands underneath your forehead, scoop that belly up, lift the legs, and in and out nice and quickly. Do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Switch to that other side. Reach this hip away. I'm going to keep my hand on my hip this time. Feet are in the front of your mat a little bit. Sweep it forward and back. This hip of mine always wants to creep up and not work. So to make myself honest, I'm going to keep it here. One more here. And then heel to heel, reach it longer to lift it up. And notice the difference between your sides. A few more. And then circle. Reverse it. Good. Roll it onto your back. Bend those knees. You're going to bring those knees together. Right leg's going to reach long and really reach out like someone's yanking on that. Knees are attached. The further that leg is away from you, it's going to be easier. This makes it really hard to get up. Reach those arms out, and you're going to control reaching it up and then come back down. So this is just a one-legged teaser. One more here. And down, left leg comes up. Curl, reach it up and bring it back down. And last one. Good. If those are challenging, stay with those. If not, we're going to reach those arms out, extend those legs to that 45. Look at that pelvis. You want to start from lifting those hip bones up. You're going to roll it up into that teaser And then control one bone at a time down. 2 more times. Lift it up and down. 1 more time. Up and roll it down. Pull those knees in. Release that neck and roll it up. We're going to finish with the seal. Hands come together. You'll dive them through and grab on the outside of those ankles. You can always be here too if you need to. We'll start with just opening and closing those feet. So I'm not moving my ankles, I'm moving from the hips. So 3 claps, 1, 2, 3. You can just clap and stay balanced, or you can roll back that inch and come up, or you can do the whole thing. Roll, we'll pause and come back up. We're not gonna clap back there yet. Most people aren't ready for it. We wanna pause here and then come back up. In the back, try not to let the feet do that. Wherever they're at here, that distance, that's how far they need to be back here too, and it makes it really hard. Just do 1 more. If on this one you want to stand up, you can stand up or you can stay down. So sit up nice and tall or stand up. Open that chest, lengthen that back of the neck. And we'll look over your right shoulder. Roll all the way to that left shoulder, back to center. Look over the left. Roll down to that right, back to center. Inhale, stretch up nice and big. And then exhale down. And you're all done. Thanks for joining us today. I hope to see you next week.